Claude Cowork, Claude Code. 3 names, 1 company, and almost no explanation of which one you're actually supposed to use. If you open this thing and wonder whether you're in the right place, you're not missing something obvious. The branding is generally confusing, so today, that's the whole video, what each one does and which one you actually need for your business. And I'm going to do something most comparison videos won't. I'm going to tell you that one of these 3 you probably don't need at all. I'll tell you exactly who does need it so you can decide for yourself, but I'd rather save you a weekend than sell you a tool. Same business, same problem, 3 tools. By the end of this, you'll know which one to open up tomorrow. Let's go. I'm Donovan, 10 years in IT. I consult for small businesses, and this channel makes AI usable for people who run a business and don't have time to become technical. Here's the answer up front, because I hate videos that make you wait 20 minutes for it. Chat is for thinking, Cowork is for doing, and Claude Code is for building software. If you run a plant shop, a salon, a coffee shop, consulting practice, you live in the first 2. The third one is a developer tool, and I'll explain the one situation where you will reach for it. Now, let's make this actually useful, because knowing the sentence isn't the same as knowing which one to open on a Tuesday. Think about hiring 3 different people. The consultant sits across the table from you. You describe your problem, they think through it with you, they give you advice and a draft. Then you go do it. That's chat. The assistant you hand the folder to, you say, here's a shoebox of receipts. I need a expense report by Friday. They go away, do the work, and hand you the finished file. That's Cowork. And the contractor you call when you need something built, a custom tool, a website change, a script that didn't exist before, that's Claude Code. Here's the part that almost nobody explains, and it's straight from Anthropic's own documentation. Cowork and Claude Code are the same engine. Anthropic says Cowork brings Claude Code's agentic capabilities knowledge to work with no terminal required. Same underlying agent, the difference is who built it for and what is it pointing at. So if you've been feeling like you're missing out by not using Claude Code, you're mostly not. You got the same horsepower and Cowork wrapped for you for your kind of work. Let's start with the one you already know. Claude Chat is a conversation. You ask, it answers, you go do something with that answer. And the whole you go do something with it part is the whole distinction. Chat gives you words, you're still the one who opens the spreadsheet. 2 things worth noting. First, chat is the only one of the 3 with a free tier. You can use it today without paying. Second, if you install Claude Desktop, chat and Cowork now live in the same message box. They used to feel like separate places, but now you pick the mode. That's the single change that confused a lot of people who learned this 6 months ago. So what's chat generally best for a business owner? 4 things. Quick questions. So something like, what is a fair late fee for overdue invoice in Michigan? 20 seconds, no setup. Thinking out loud. For example, pricing a new service, working out whether to hire, deciding if a location makes sense. That is a sounding board that doesn't get tired of you. Drafting 1 thing, 1 email, 1 caption, 1 policy. If you need one of something, chat is faster than delegating. Understand something. For example, you can paste a contract clause, a report, a confusing invoice, and say something like, explain this to me like I run a shop. Let's take our example business, Fernbrook Plant Company, the plant shop from the last video. I'll tell chat, I got about $6,000 in overdue invoices. Oldest is 2 months out. The one client owes me twice. What is my play? And that's good advice, generally useful. Look what I have now, advice. I still have to open my books, find the invoice, write the emails, and send them. Chat handed me the plan, I'm still the labor. That's not a criticism, that's chat working exactly as intended. Just know which one you're getting. We went deep on this in the Cowork video, so here's what matters for choosing. Cowork is on the paid plan only, Pro, Max, and Team Enterprise. Sessions now run in the cloud so you can start a task, close your laptop, and it keeps going. You keep the desktop app open for tasks you need something on your computer, your local files, your browser, and it's on the desktop, web, and mobile now, though some of it's still rolling out, so check the current state when you go to set it up. Now, watch the same problem in Cowork. I'm going to describe my invoices. I'm going to hand over the actual file and say, read my books, find everything that's overdue, rank it by age, amount, and draft email reminders for each one. Ranked lists, draft emails, sitting there waiting for my approval. Compare that to 5 minutes ago. Chat told me what to do, Cowork did it. Same problem, same business, 90 seconds apart. That's a whole video in one comparison. And the practical rule falls out of it. If the answer to your question is words you read, use Chat. If the answer is a file, folder, or batch of something, use Cowork. Quick pause, because there's a mistake here that is literally costing you money, and it's the most common one I see. It's using the wrong one of these two for the wrong job, and it burns through what you're paying for faster than you think. I'll show you exactly a rule in a few minutes here after we deal with the third tool. And I promise, this next section will save you an entire weekend. Claude Code, Anthropic's own description, it's an agentic coding tool that reads your code base, edits your files, runs commands, and plugs into your development tools. It lives in the terminal, in code editors like VS Code and JetBrains, in the desktop app, and in the browser. Notice every word in that sentence. Code base, development tools, terminal. This is a tool built for software engineers, and Anthropic is straightforward about that. Here on their own page, Claude Code is built for software engineers, writing, debugging, and shipping code. Now, my honest take, and this is the part I want someone to tell me. If you run a plant shop, a salon, a bakery, a consulting practice, you don't need Claude Code. Not because it's too hard for you, because Cowork is the same engine aimed at your actual work. Reaching for Claude Code to write a report is like renting a forklift to carry your groceries. It'll do it, but that's not what it's for. So who should use it? These three groups, honestly. 1, you write code or you want to learn, then yes, absolutely, it's the best tool in the category. 2, you own a website or an app you actually modify. Not I have a Squarespace or a Wix website. I mean an actual code base and you or a contractor changed it. Then this is how those changes get made now. 3, and this is a sneaky one for business owners. You need a custom tool that doesn't exist. A script that reformats your supplier's weird CSV file every month. A little internal dashboard. That one legitimate small business owner around. And even then, honestly, try Cowork first. It'll often just do it. I say all of this as someone who spent years as a web developer and holds the Anthropic's Claude Code certification. I like this tool, I use it. I'm telling you, most of you don't need it. First, the cost. Again, I'm showing this off the live page rather than quoting numbers at you. Because prices move, Chat has a free tier, Cowork and Claude Code both require a paid plan. Here's what the tiers look like today. Check this page for what's current when you're watching. And here's the part that costs people money. Cowork consumes more of your usage than Chat does. Anthropic says so directly. Agentic multi-step work is compute heavy, so it eats your allowance faster. There's even a mode setting that costs extra. Remember that auto mode from the Cowork video where Claude safety checks each action? That extra checking uses more of your limits too. I'll have a link of this page in the description of this video if you'd like to read more about this. Use Chat for anything Chat can handle. Save Cowork for the multi-step job that produces files. If you're asking a quick question in Cowork because you happen to have it open, you're spending forklift fuel on a grocery bag. Anthropic own guidance said the same thing. Batch related work into one session. Use the standard Chat for the simple stuff. Okay, you're sitting at your desk with a task. 3 questions are in order. Question 1, am I asking or am I handing off? If you want to answer, advice, or one draft, it's Chat. Stop there. That's most of your day, honestly. Question 2, does the finished thing need to be a file or touch a bunch of files? A spreadsheet, a deck, a folder that needs organizing, a batch of drafts? That's Cowork. If it involves the word all my receipts, all of my leads, all of these documents, that's Cowork. Question 3, am I changing software, editing code, building scripts, or an app, or working in a repository? That's Claude Code. And if that question sounds like a foreign language, congratulations, you just confirmed that you don't need it. That's the real answer, not a failure. 3 questions, and 95% of your tasks resolve on question 1 or 2. Let me make this concise with my real week since I use all 3. Chat is consistent. It's probably what I use the most. Quick questions, thinking through a client problem, drafting one email, understanding something a client sent me, low friction, low cost, always open. Cowork, I would say, is about a few times a week and always a job for turning a pile of client files into a report, building a deck from rough notes, the recurring Monday brief I got scheduled, anything where otherwise I'll be doing 45 minutes of clicking. Claude Code, generally maybe once every couple of weeks to a month or so, and only for client work that touches actual code. If I ran a shop instead of a consulting practice, that number will be 0, and my business will run just fine without it. That ratio is the real answer to this video. It's not which one is the best, it's they're not competing. They're just different jobs and you use maybe one or two of them. All right, let's lock it in. 1, Chat is for thinking. It's only one with the free tier. 2, Cowork is for doing. Paid plans and it hands you finished files. 3, Cowork and Claude Code are the same engine. Cowork is the one built for your work. 4, Claude Code is a software. Most businesses don't need it, and that's totally fine. And 5, use Chat for anything Chat can handle. Save Cowork for the multi-step jobs, or you'll burn through the usage on the wrong task. Your next step is a small one. Tomorrow, before you open up Claude, ask yourself question 1. Am I asking or am I handing off? Just notice the difference for 1 week will change how much you get out of this thing, and it costs you nothing. If this cleared it up, then subscribe. I make AI generally useful for small business owners daily. No jargon. The free 10 Cowork task cheat sheet is in the description if you want prompts that you can paste in tonight. And tell me in the comments which one you're living in, Chat or Cowork. I read everyone, and honestly, your answers help shape what I make next. I'm Donovan. Write, build, scale. We'll see you at the next one.